Oh, my phone just went on saying that there is a broadcast happening. Let me get rid of that. Hello and Happy New Year, everybody. How are we all? Every single one of you on at the moment is on except for Sky. Sky's on Facebook. Everyone else is on YouTube. Can you hear that little Mickey Mouse sound?
No.
Oh, I'm hearing little weird noises every now and then.
Oh, okay.
I've got bronchitis, everyone. And I've had it for 2 weeks. And I'm too scared to go to the doctor because they'll think I've got COVID and they'll stick me with their COVID patients. And if I get COVID right now, I will end up on a ventilator and die. Happy thoughts.
That's a lovely way to start this, Ed.
Hey, Night Stalker Paranormal. How are you? Hi,
Hey,
Sky.
Night Stalker Paranormal. Hi. Where are you based at?
Hi, Bronwyn. Hi, Nia. Lorna Gay. So what we're doing is we're trying to get everyone used to the idea that we are going to be spending more time on YouTube. So the people that are on Facebook, if I can encourage you to switch over to YouTube now, because we're going to stop the live feeds to the Facebook in about 15 minutes. Hi, Sue. We've got accommodation tentatively booked. Who's that? Hello, Facebook user.
Let us know who you are, Facebook user.
Hi, Kaz. Hey, Robert.
Hello, Robert.
Who else have we got there? Yep. Hi, Faye.
Hey, Faye.
South
Australia. Awesome.
Justin. Yeah, I know. Just don't jinx it. Oh, you're in Braidwood, right? Yep. New South Wales, just down the road from us. We've got Irene from Japan on. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Oh, Bronwyn and Justin. Hi, Lisa. Oh, no, Sue, this is sounding better than what it was. It was really bad. I'm slowly getting better, but it is really slow and I can't do much of anything. I'm trying to daily go for a walk around the park just to get my lungs moving again. And I end up, oh, well done, Sky. I end up dripping in sweat and sort of breathing heavy. It is not Rona. I've now done 6 of those up your nose tests that you do at home. It is not COVID. You just go over onto, I've lost Renata. You just go over onto YouTube and you type in Anne and Renata and you'll see our page and then you'll see where we're going live. Pretty easy. Then you've got to make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any more. And you've got heaps of videos on there too. Yeah, I was doing 3 kilometres a day. Now, if I get round the block, I'm doing really well. The asthma is shocking. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll feel better soon too. Don't know where she's gone. Renata wanted to set up tonight so that we could talk about a topic about ghost hunting television. Oh, she's back now. Hang on, I'll pop back in.
Sorry.
Sorry,
people. I touched something.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Because I can't see the chat, and I thought I would be able to. I can't see the chat and talk at the same time.
So, yeah, I'll read out anything that's important for you. All right. So, yeah, Renata, tell them about what you wanted to talk about today and why.
Yeah, all right. So I'm at an angle. We started a conversation yesterday about ghost hunting shows on TV or on free-to-air or on pay TV or wherever you're watching. And there have been a number of people who have written, especially when they come up on YouTube, and are kind of saying, oh, look, I'm over this group that all they do is talk about demons and scary stuff, and they just never show anything new. Or there are people who say that they watch these shows because of the enormous amount of fantastic evidence that these people collect. And we were watching today, and we're not going to name the site that we were watching,
No.
but we were watching a site today where the people that were on it were on one. We actually watched a few where they were specifically just going on and on about the K2 meters flashing or the REM pods flashing, and never really explaining anything other than these K2 meters were flashing and the REM pods were flashing. You never saw more of the area really, so you didn't know whether they had done a walkthrough, whether they had tested the environment prior to putting the gadgets down, what was making things go off, whatever. But there was never really any conversation with the entity that was there other than, oh my God, look at the REM pods going off. Oh my God, look at the K2s going off. And we know that this is very much clickbait type of stuff where it's just very much clickbait. And we've seen particular other lives where that happens all the time. They actually put up demon witch appears on this live, let's see if we can catch her, and all this sort of stuff. And that kind of got us thinking, would you actually watch lives, or would you actually watch videos of teams who in the end would go, we actually didn't get anything here at all that was verifiable or had any kind of substance. Yeah, we got nothing. And would that ruin your enjoyment of the show? And would teams actually be in a position right now, you think, whether they'd be even game to say that they didn't get anything during an investigation? Because everyone in every investigation that we watch seems to always get something, don't they? You never walk away from an investigation and they've gone, we've got freak all here. We've got nothing. We've tried, we got nothing. And if you have seen one that has said that, we'd love to know who it is, because there are hundreds of different teams and hundreds of different networks that are posting stuff about ghost tours, and we can't possibly watch them all. So there could be one that kind of goes, we never got anything here, and but
Well,
in
do you
most
remember
cases,
an episode of Ghost Adventures where they said, well, nothing really happened? I do
yeah,
remember it was a lighthouse. I just want to show something to some people who can't find YouTube. So I'm just going to turn this phone. Mute that. So I just want to show you, if I go to here, and what I've done is I've typed in Anne and Renata, and then you can see the Anne and Renata Ghost Hunters, and that's the live Paranormal TV. Would you watch it? So if you click on that, you should get the live show. So I'll take myself out of the extra stream now. So all I did was type in Anne and Renata into YouTube, and you can find us easily. Yeah, so I mean, we get excited when a cat ball goes off, don't we?
we do, especially when we've been sitting around for a really long time and nothing has happened. And look, I tell you guys, from a personal perspective, it gets, when you're doing a live and nothing's going on, there's a lot of stress behind that, because you've got a whole lot of people that are sitting there going, there's nothing going on. This is as boring as hell, and I'm going to go. And you can see that because you can see the numbers that are up on the screen watching, and you can see the numbers slowly going when nothing's been happening for like 5 minutes. And I literally say 5 minutes. If nothing's been going on for 5 minutes, you're actually losing people. They're not prepared to sit and wait for any longer than that. So this is a really interesting conversation as to go, what do people really want and expect from these shows? and whether that actually transfers onto people like us who go out paranormal investigating um, on sites, who are doing it for other people who are watching us, as opposed to kind of an entertainment channel, or who are at somebody's home and who are also doing lives and going, well, you know, this home is purportedly haunted, and you know, all of these things are happening.
We'll have to check out South Australia Paranormal. Is that Adelaide Haunted Horizons, or no, South Australia? What am I doing? No, that's South Australia, isn't it? Is that
Yeah,
who it is?
that must be. I think it's somebody else.
Ghost Nation sometimes show episodes that have no results. However, the process, equipment, and methods are all worth watching for. Love it, Sue. And we've actually been accused of not knowing what we're doing because we've had no results.
Yeah. Yes.
You're not real ghost hunters because you don't have any proof or evidence.
And that's I guess why I said before, you know, why would ghost hunters that are out there actually get to a point where they would actually say, we've got nothing, we've got no evidence? Because yes, you are accused of being a bad ghost hunter if you can't find something.
I love it when Amy and Adam are doing Kindred Spirits, and they're going through everything and they're trying to get activity, and you can see them getting frustrated. Like, I don't know what we're doing wrong that they're not contacting us. And then they'll hit onto some sort of trigger that the entity will start to communicate. Or, I mean, we've had cases where we've said there's nothing paranormal going on here.
Mm.
There's human stuff going on, but nothing
Yeah.
paranormal.
Yeah. And it's the thing that we saw today, and again, like I said, we won't mention what it was. There were a number of things happening there that probably were not paranormal at all. Absolutely not. But do you then bring that up during a live and say there's some psychological stuff happening here, and stuff that becomes very, very personal to the person who is actually involved, not us voyeurs that are watching, but the person that's actually involved in it? When you start to dig down into their psychology, things will come up that can sometimes be very embarrassing or very personal. Do you go into that on a live to try and explain why you're going in that direction, rather than saying every tweak or every noise starts to become paranormal and there's a ghost? Where do you draw the line, and how much do people want to see? And I know they'd love to see the nitty-gritty of it and getting down into sort of personal stuff, but then it becomes it's a step too far, and it can become, you know, very, very awkward for the poor people that are involved.
We've got some people who are struggling to find. I can't work out how to comment on YouTube. Has anyone got some instructions there for Emily how to write comments on YouTube? All right, these shows will never show the rawness of the boring sides of investigating. They just care about the ratings and entertainment. It's the bottom dollar that they want. This is what's frustrating me with a lot of the live, particularly England, it seems to be. They put some sort of clickbait heading, and then they'll do these live feeds where they're going into the witch's lair, or a witch has been sighted in the woods. Will we see her tonight? And it's all so over dramatic.
Yeah, but they get, and we've seen it, they'll get 10,000 people watching.
Thousands of subscribers, and
they'll get
so
10,000 people watching it, and this person's just walking through the bush, and that's fine. We could be walking through the bush as well. We're not getting 10,000 subscribers because we haven't actually said there's a headless horseman at the end of this road. Please watch. Maybe we should.
So Sue said, I'm not sure I'd enjoy watching lives when nothing happens. It's frustrating for us too. We discovered that when we were at Sedge and Ho Inn, we were sort of like, nothing's happening. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
How can we make this more exciting? And I mean, literally, that's what we're thinking. How can we make this more exciting? Um, and uh, sometimes it just isn't. But Sue's saying she likes a bit of structure, a bit of educational element, digging out about the history of the location too, which is one of the reasons that we are restructuring what we do a bit. We will go for a bit of a walkthrough at a location for you guys. Not sure if we're going to do that much in the way of live paranormal investigations, but we are going to turn it into a episode that you can watch. A bit, I mean, Amy's Crypt does it that way. They will go to a location, they'll investigate it, they put it all together in a nice little neat package, so you don't have to sit through all the really dry bits. And I mean, sometimes nothing happens for her too, and she's honest about it.
Mm.
So that's what we're thinking at the moment. Auntie Anne is learning how to edit very quickly, very, very quickly. And Santa was very kind to Auntie Anne. I'm going to show you what Santa bought me. Where is it? So I've got a little GoPro 10. So that is coming into the car. So a lot of you probably know by now that most of the shenanigans that goes on is actually on the car trips. So we're going to be recording the car trips. In that last feed at Sedge and Ho, we also had trouble with sound. So Anne may have post-Christmas asked Santa to get some extra things. So I've now got some lapel mics. So we're doing this for you guys so you get a better quality product at the end and you can enjoy what we're putting out. We are stepping into the big arena. We have waited too long for other people to do things for us and it just
It's not happening.
not
It's not
happening.
happening. So we're doing it for ourselves.
We
Sisters are
we
doing it
actually
for ourselves.
we still have some people in the background that are helping us, but there is this blockage in between. We've got these awesome people here, a blockage, and then us. So this blockage is causing issues. So we are just
And my husband went and bought one of those things for that this afternoon, the blockage. The
different
snake.
blockage, Renata.
The snake.
All right.
Yeah, you can't make a ghost appear on command. That's absolutely right.
I find cleaning a house or property of spirits is private unless they want to be filmed, but I don't want people telling me what I did wrong. Well, this is another issue too. The critics come out, and look, we were guilty of that ourselves. We're sitting watching this episode, and they were lovely people. They were doing the best they knew how, and I was picking it to pieces. And I thought, well, that's what people will do to us. That's just human nature. And is it the Dunning-Kruger effect, Renata?
Well, yeah, maybe. But also, once you put yourself out there, you have to understand that this is going to happen. It's part and parcel of what you do. There is never going to be an episode or anything that you put up where it's going to be 100% everyone loves what you've done. There will always be the critics, and there will always be those people who really do believe they can do it better, or that they have a better opinion about what is going on. That's perfectly fine. When you're dealing with the public, the most important thing is what is going on for them, and whether you can appease them. And sometimes that's a problem as well, because if you come to a hypothesis that they don't actually have ghostly activity, there is something that's happening psychologically in the house, all hell can break loose, because, you can't be blaming them for anything at all. It's got to be something external, when in actual fact it's not. But again, so this is where it gets really tough to do these things, and you have to kind of be a little bit savvy with how you treat it all and progress with it, or you could get yourself into a whole lot of trouble. And I guess for people who are real newbies going into it, you have to be very, very careful
Thanks, Kaz.
with how you go into it and how you progress. And my suggestion is do it nice and slowly, because you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. And it may not necessarily be the ghosts that are going to be the issue. It's going to be the human beings involved, and also the people that are watching, because the trolls will come out and they will hate you, absolutely hate you. And if you can't deal with the hate, then that's going to be very hard. You're going to need help.
So Sue just said you need a Queensland crew to come and help. That's been part of the problem, but not the crew that you're talking about. Oh, Robert, thank you so much. We'll put that towards our microphones. Bless you. Oh, yeah,
Oh, Robert, thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're going to change the format of how we do things this year in 2022. We are going to be putting more content onto YouTube. I have signed up to do a content creators course on YouTube. It came highly recommended, cost me a bomb, but we are investing in our future. And it's also not going to be a YouTube course that I do overnight. It's actually going to take me 6 to 12 months. 6 months if I really crack into it, and 12 months if I'm slow. We are going to be trying to get content out onto YouTube 3 times a week. Plus, we will still be doing 2 live shows a week. So Mondays, you're going to get a YouTube channel called I Want to Be a Ghost Hunter, where each week we'll put up a tip or an idea or something to think about. We've actually been out today and we've recorded the first batch of those to go out. And we've picked our background music and everything, haven't we? I traumatized her a little bit, throwing all these ideas at her. Then we're going to have another channel, which will come out once a week, which is Australian Ghost Stories. So you will get us telling you an Australian ghost story. Once again, we will have pre-recorded it, and we will put our photos and things, little bit like the True Hauntings summaries that we had going there. It won't look as schmick as those, but it's still going to be okay. Yeah, well, Aaron, would you believe? I think this is going to. So is it Aaron, AJ? I think this is actually going to streamline what we're doing, because what we do is when we record these, we record them in a batch, and then I edit it together, and it lasts a couple of weeks, so that we'll have the content coming out every week for you guys, but we'll be a little bit more sane. We hope. We also have the Thursday night tarot show will remain. It will keep going. We'll also have the Spirit Realm Network.
I mean, if you guys want it, I mean, maybe you guys don't want it, so we'll just scrap it. You need to let us know. So, if you don't want it, we'll let it go.
Yeah, please let us know. Let us know if we're overdoing it. What else was there? We still have our Spirit Realm Network, the Frightfully Good story show on Fridays for our American audience. We have dropped the ABC of
Superstitions
with the network that we were streaming with, only because we were doing the work and we weren't getting the hours and recognition for it, and we decided we needed to take that back for ourselves. So that will probably be still streaming as a live show. Renata desperately wants to still keep doing that one. So that will be a live show on Tuesday lunchtime.
Yeah, let me get through the alphabet just once at least, and then we can decide.
We'll review it from there. And we still will have True Hauntings. It will still be going. So you'll still get your podcast out every week. I made the suggestion to Renata that maybe we should drop back to, instead of weekly, putting out 40 for the year, so that we have a couple of little breaks. But she nearly had a meltdown over that idea.
Look, we've got to see how this year pans out and whether we're actually allowed to travel and go anywhere. If we're allowed to travel, then our travel blogs will fill those spaces in, and we will
Hi,
need
Sharon.
some
How
extra
are
time.
you? Lovely to see your name back up there again. Yeah, so we're also going to be having travel blogs, which will be a slightly longer episode. So the little YouTube things are just going to be 5 to 10 minutes. The ABC of superstitions is going to be around about half an hour, depending how long we chat after.
Yep.
The Spirit Realm Network show is for an hour, but we'll put a summary up. But essentially, you're going to have content from Monday to Friday. So you'll be sick to death of us. Are you okay with that, guys? Do you like that idea? I've got bronchitis, and I'm almost at the stage I think I've got walking pneumonia, and I'm too scared to go to the doctors because there's sick people there, and if I get anything else, what was that? You'll have to get G down. Yes, yes, and also storyboards. Tips on storyboards would be great. Just a basic outline. We're talking about that today. Has anyone got any questions for us?
Look, while people are putting up questions, the gist of it is that we need to step up. And as Anne said right at the very beginning, step into the big boys game. And we've waited for 2 years now for help, outside help. And we do understand that Corona and everything has put a spanner in the works, and it's made difficult the whole travel thing and whatever. But there are still many things that we can do if we take them on board and run with it. And this is our opportunity now to do that. And we have committed to doing that at this point in time and running with these things and not waiting for assistance. And it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be spot on. And we're going to probably make gooses of ourselves at certain times. But that's half the fun of it, because we really don't care about that. That just is what makes it real. And it makes it, I guess it makes it reachable. Like we're not beyond, we're not beyond people's reach. Yeah, what you're getting from us is what you would get if you went out there and tried to do it yourself, rather than sort of being so sky high and so out of a normal person's reach that all they can do is really sit and watch. They couldn't do it themselves.
And Sue, we haven't given up either. Absolutely, we have not given up, and I still believe that little project we worked on has got gold and diamonds. I don't think it's a pile of shit with stuff sprinkled on it. I think it is still gold, and I think it can still go places. I just don't know if it can go with the people who helped us to start with. Anyway, we'll still hang on to that dream. So yes, we're just trying to tidy up things. We will still be doing some filming with Isaac. We're doing the Buttsman things. Once again, we're just trying to get that organised, find a time. But the reality of this is that we are now officially becoming content creators. This is, if I have to write down what is my job now, it is YouTube content creator. So Renata is going to be doing the content and I'm going to be doing the editing, and then both of us get to be asses on camera. And the whole idea is that if we can build up our repertoire enough, we've got AdSense marketing coming on. You'll notice there's ads that's starting to play now on our YouTube clips. That will allow us to make an income. And this is why we're moving everything to YouTube. Apart from the fact that Facebook is a pain in the ass, and we just
It's
find that
restricting it. Yeah, it's restricting everyone's view. So you'll put a post up or you'll put some information about a tour up, and it'll go out to one person or to two people. And you go, how can I run a business And how can I be financially successful if you're only sending this out to 2 people unless I pay you like $100, whereby you'll have a greater amount of eyes on that? And then you've just lost your income from that particular tour, because sometimes there is a very, very small margin of profit on these things, extremely small. You've just got enough money to pay for accommodation and petrol, really, in some of the places. And if you're paying for ads to go out, that's it. You're done. There's no money. There's no money. So we have to look that if we want to continue doing this, and if we want to continue giving you guys fun, we've got to find other ways of doing it so that there is money coming in. And the only way to do that at the moment is YouTube.
And what you can do to help us right now is, if you're watching on YouTube, find those little 3 dots, that get that thumb to come up and hit the thumbs up, so that YouTube knows that you guys are liking the content we're putting out. And then if you haven't subscribed, absolutely subscribe if you like the sort of work that we produce. Don't subscribe if you don't like it, because you don't want to have that stuff coming into your inbox all the time. But if you do like what we do and you want to support us, it's a great way to do it. And it also saves us always having to say, oh, if you could send us some super stickers or send us some stars to help, we'd be really grateful. And then Facebook even started blocking us getting stars for some unknown reason. There was people trying to send us stars and they couldn't. So,
Oh,
yeah.
and yesterday or the day before, I actually was blocked from putting up a post because I had put up too many posts that day. I'd put
I
up too
also,
many posts.
I got in trouble off them from a post I put up 6 years ago. They threatened to take my account down, and they put the picture up, and I went, yeah, I can see why they've done that. But it was 6 years ago.
Yeah. So we've got to be smart, and we've got to work our way around all of this so that we can get to you and get out to more people and get to tell more people what we're doing. Because still, in the whole scheme of things, not a lot of people know the amount of content we're putting out and all the different levels of content that we're putting out. So this is going to be a major shift. And look, it doesn't take much to get from Facebook to YouTube. It's a click of a button and you're there. But it means that we can put stuff out and that we don't have anyone really getting in the way and going, you can't do this, you can't do that, or we're only going to show 2 people stuff you. It just gives us more availability. And the same thing with Facebook. You'll probably find that if you go to a supporters page or to the community pages on Facebook, you're likely to see everything that goes up. If you stay just on the Facebook page itself, you're likely to miss things. So we're going to get into the habit of posting everything into community as well as on the major main Facebook pages, so that you guys aren't missing out on things. Because again, the community pages see everything, but you have to actually ask to join, whereas the Facebook pages are public, and that's not what is actually being shared. That's the problem.
And I
Yeah.
reckon once a month, Renata, we need to get all those outtakes and put them up as a clip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You want bloopers.
Oh, the bloopers, they've started already, I tell you. Oh, dear.
Yeah, so really that's kind of all that we wanted to share today. Unless you've got a question, we just wanted to let you guys know what changes are coming up
But
for
you are our people.
2022, and the fact that it can get really annoying, and the more we've looked at this and the more we've considered all of this, we've been coming across a lot of this content where it's just like, every time someone goes out, they've got to have the most horrendous demonic thing happen to them. And we're going to tell you straight off, it just doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't happen that way. I mean, how much bad luck do you have to have where you've got demons following you around everywhere you go?
Jaron, we are actually trying to do one this month with him. The problem being his camera crew is up in Queensland, One of them's not vaccinated and can't fly. So we're actually looking at heading up to them because I've got some airfare credits that we can use. Uh, so because we don't get paid to do this with him, we do it because we love it. One day he might pay us. Not that we're asking for pay, but we just love it. He buys us dinner. It's great. And we are actually live on YouTube right now. I'm not sure who that is. It says Facebook user, but we are live on on YouTube right now. So yeah, and you can do live only to Facebook as well. Through not Facebook, I keep saying Facebook, YouTube. So I can go onto YouTube and I'll show you here. I've been doing shorts on YouTube as well. I've been trying everything. So when I go into there is a plus. I don't know if you can see that down the bottom there, that plus sign. If I tap that, then that's where you can see the go live. So there. So I can actually just go live straight from YouTube. But we use StreamYard because I like to be able to put the comments up so people can see what everyone is saying. Yeah, the special ones are always going to find demons. I don't think too many people would want demons turn on ghost tours. You'd be surprised.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
You would be surprised.
If it really happened, I think they would poop their panties. We had an interesting time at Maitland Jail because we did some tours between Christmas and New Year because there was such a demand at Maitland Jail. So we had one on the Wednesday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and they sold out so quickly. We added a Thursday night, which sold out in 24 hours. And the first night and the third night were the most amazing groups of people. There is a YouTube short up on our channel where Renata's directly communicating with George Savas. But then that middle night was the weirdest bunch of people, weren't they? They just wanted to lay down and have a sleep somewhere. Nobody was really interested.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I think a lot of the young ones wanted to come, but they had to have like chaperones, and the chaperones weren't interested at all.
Susie. The Facebook user is Susie.
Good on you, Susie.
Thanks for jumping over onto YouTube. Yeah, I'd like to see his museum too. And if we get over to America and we get to Las Vegas, I will take Renata there and we will try to do a live from there. So we will be doing some more travel vlogs. We hope to be going to England in 3 months tomorrow. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon it's going to happen? We're supposed to fly out on the 4th of April. We haven't actually bought our tickets yet. We're just hoping that the pandemic here and there sort of burns itself out a bit. And we get...
It's going to be this summer.
We're gone for 4 weeks. And we've blocked out the whole of April. There's no bookings for anything in April because we're going. Oh, Daniela, that's fine because it's 15 years and over for the Maitland Jail 101.
Yeah.
So, yeah, organise it. And, you know, the weird thing is I've seen big groups of boys, very young men come into the jail to do the tour. And you think, oh, God, this is going to be horrendous. I know you had a group the other day and you go, Anne, come in and help me. And they were great. They were so into it. They were so excited. They were actually a little bit overexcited. I'm trying to find my water bottle. I need a sip. You'd wait, Denise. Oh, I don't know if we can wait anymore. I've had my 3rd shot. You're due for your 3rd shot.
Yeah, I think the 11th or something they're going to. I haven't been notified yet, so.
Not now, Sue. 3 months.
Yeah.
The Rodney tour is going to be hilarious.
Look, at some point in time, we will go this year. At some point in time, even if it has to be later and we have to move things around, we'll do. We've got to go somewhere this year. Absolutely.
Your iPod 4 does not support. Oh, they must have done enough updates that you can't actually see it. Happy New Year, Andrew. When I get money, I'll come for a weekend. Woo! Our tarot shows are going really well at. We're not talking about the tarot shows. I need to get a drink. I've got nothing in here.
Yes, look, we did one tarot show in December, which we thought wasn't going to sell because it was so close
15th
to
of
Christmas,
December.
but it did, and it was awesome. And we did have one for January, but we think we're actually going to head out of that one because of what's happening just locally at the moment. It's just a little bit too dangerous to be with a big crowd of people at this stage. But we're hoping to have one every month from then on in at the Wyong Milk Factory. And that's where you can buy your tickets, at the Wyong Milk Factory, and you can see us live. And we do a live tarot show. So we do tarot card readings. We've got the Chocolate Wheel of Fate, and then we do a small seance session. So yeah, it's really fun.
Don't forget my ukulele and the chook, please. Sky,
There
what
is
did
a
you think of the
ukulele.
ukulele and the chook?
There is a ukulele and there is a chook involved. There is.
Yeah, that yes, getting the PCR test 48 hours before travel. They reckon that's going to improve within the month. Oh, good on you, Andrew. You keep those dreams up there, mate. But in saying that, make sure you're working towards it too. Watch the episodes of Married at First Sight and see what it is they're looking for. And you really, with those shows, you've got to be what they're looking for. You can't be, oh well, if they don't like me, tough, and then expect to get on. You've got to fit their mold.
So I think that's it for tonight, Anne. I think we just really wanted to come on and say hi, and I do a follow on from
Fiona,
the.
one day. We're coming in May. Sorry, we're coming to Old Geelong Jail in May, Fiona. So we're going to do a ghost hunt on the Saturday night with the team there, and run some workshops on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, and just do a follow up on those questions. We love throwing questions at you, so you'll be seeing more of those this year as well. We'll be throwing out some questions and looking at what you think about certain things. Oh, and we have and are scheduling another workshop coming up in February, on February the 22nd, starting, and 3 consecutive Tuesday nights. We're going to be doing another round of I Want to Be a Ghost Hunter workshops, which will look at all different aspects of ghost hunting. We've run these before, so you're very welcome to come back and do it again. Or if you're a newbie and you've found us for the very first time, these workshops are awesome because we go through a whole bunch of topics, and they will be live, and they will be on a dedicated Facebook page. So if you can't catch it live, you can come back and look at it later on at your own convenience. And about 90 minutes of absolute information from go to woe. And 3 weeks in a row. So lots and lots of information for you.
Okay,
and yes, Erin, still
Still,
Spooky Sundays at this point.
So what will happen this week is we are still going to take this coming Thursday night off because my voice just isn't back yet. But we will be doing the American show Friday lunchtime, Friday 12 noon, which is the Spirit Realm Network. And then we'll be on for Spooky Sundays on Sunday, and then we'll be back. Like the Monday YouTube thing will kick off, and we'll add a new show each week. So then hopefully you've got content every week coming up. We're just going to add it in layers. So we'll see how we go. If it's getting too much for us, then we'll cut back in places. But this is who we are now. We are paranormal content creators on YouTube, we are going professional.
Woohoo!
So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. By writing a comment, as you have done in the YouTube feed, that really helps us. It shows YouTube you guys are engaged or enjoying what we're doing. Thumbs up helps, subscription helps, and sharing us around to your friends really helps too. We appreciate it. Thank you all. And you know when we'll see you on the dark
Soon
side.
on the dark side.
Bye.